In the silence of his lab in 2094, Professor Alan Whitaker stared at a weathered photo. A teenage boy, arms crossed, wearing a defiant smirk. His son, Mason. They hadn't spoken in 12 years. Not since the night Mason shouted, "You'll never understand me," and slammed the door for the last time. That was the night of the accident. That was the night Alan buried his only child, along with the last words he'd never hear. "I'm sorry." The world knew Alan as a pioneer in temporal physics, a genius who decoded the language of time. But what did it matter if all he'd mastered couldn't bring back one lost moment? For years, he avoided the machine, not because it failed, but because he had. But today, on the 12th anniversary of Mason's death, Alan stood before the quantum gate once more, not to rewrite history, not to stop the accident, but to hear the words he never got to hear. "I'm not here to change fate," he whispered to himself. "I'm here to listen." He calibrated the gate, August 4th, 2082, 10 minutes before the argument. The system warned him. Interaction beyond 90 seconds may collapse temporal coherence. He smiled bitterly. 90 seconds to heal 12 years. Let's see. The air shimmered. The past blinked into focus. Alan stood in his old kitchen. It smelled like burnt toast and cheap coffee. A radio played lo-fi jazz. He heard footsteps overhead, Mason's, and then the thud of a backpack hitting the floor. He turned. There he was, 16, stubborn, brilliant Mason. Still alive. Alan froze, not from fear of paradoxes, but from awe. His voice trembled. "Mason?" The boy glanced at him, confused. Dad? You look weird." Alan forgot. His older self wasn't supposed to be here yet. He had to speak fast. Had to keep it short. 90 seconds. "I don't have time to explain, but listen to me. You're going to get angry. You're going to storm out. But before that happens, please, just say what you meant to say. Say the words." Mason's face twisted in confusion. "What are you talking about?" "The words you'll wish you said." He heard the garage door begin to rise, his younger self coming home. Mason looked at him, eyes narrowing. "This is a dream, isn't it?" Alan smiled. "Maybe, but dreams still count." Mason hesitated, then whispered, "I didn't mean to yell." Alan nodded. "I was scared. You were never home. You were always working. I thought maybe if I push you away, it wouldn't hurt so much." He took a shaky breath. "I'm sorry, Dad." Alan's heart broke open. For 12 years, those words haunted him. And now they were here, raw and real. He stepped forward, reached out, but the moment shimmered. The gate was pulling him back. "Thank you," he whispered. "That's all I ever needed." And then darkness. He landed hard on the floor of the lab. The gate hissed shut. He lay there, staring at the ceiling, tears trailing into his graying beard. The past was unchanged. Mason still died. The world didn't shift, but Alan did. He went home that night and sat at Mason's old piano. The dust was thick, but the keys still played. He began to write. Not equations, not papers. Letters. One for every missed birthday, every silence, every tear never wiped away. Each letter began the same. "Dear Mason, I'm listening now." He mailed them to no one. But in doing so, he rebuilt something lost, not in time, but in himself. Months later, Alan started a foundation, the Final Apology Project. He built programs for grieving parents to say what they never got to say, not through machines, but through presence, art, and community. And sometimes, healing came not from changing the past, but from being changed by it. Moral message. Sometimes we don't need more time. We just need one moment of truth. In the end, the greatest time travel is learning to be present before it's too late.